Wait. Oh.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Chanwat Joel. We are around 6, Audrey Ayebare, Chanwat Joel, as me, Chalini Amusubuga, Francis Lokiro, Sheila Princess Obia, then Mary Chitui. The mission statement, the benefit of the mission statement of the Coca-Cola company is to benefit and refresh everyone. It does and to create value for our share on a long-term basis by building a business that enhances Coca-Cola company trademark. Then, to have the strong, dominant, and profitable business in Uganda. Then the vision. The vision, all of us in the Coca-Cola company family wake up each morning knowing that every single one of the words 7.2 billion people will get thirsty that day, and that we are one with the best opportunity to refresh them. Audrey, come and take over. The background. The drinks Coca-Cola was originated in 1866 by Atlanta pharmacist John S. That name I cannot pronounce. Help me. 1831 to 88 at the Pemberton Chemical Company. His bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, chose the name for the drinks and penned it into the flowing script that became the Coca-Cola trademark. The Coca-Cola Company, American Corporation, formed in 1892 and today engaged primarily in the manufacture and the sale of the syrup and concentrate to the Coca-Cola as sweetened carbonate beverage. That is cultural and institution in the United States and the global system of American states. The company also produces and sells other soft global system of American states. The company also produces and sells other soft drinks and cruise beverages with more than 28,000 products available in more than 200 countries. Coca-Cola is the biggest beverage manufacturer and distributor in the world, and one of the largest corporations in the United States, headquartered in Atlantic, Georgia.
All right.
In fact, Coca-Cola company, it is worldwide. Only two companies, Cuba and North Korea, that the Coca-Cola is not found in. I think.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sheila Princess Obia. I'm going to talk about the aims and objectives. So Coca-Cola as a company is to refresh the world. Basically, they produce soft drinks that go out to refresh and quench people's thirst. They also to inspire moments of optimism, to make a difference. Like Coca-Cola always comes up with different products to make a difference. Be it, for instance, the newest product they brought in the market, that is the Matunda juice, that's the newest product they have come up with. And then to anticipate and satisfy people's desires and needs, that is self-explanatory. To create value for our shareholders, like whatever money they have invested in, they want to bring something out of it, just so they don't feel their money has been wasted or invested in the wrong business. To build preference and market leadership for our brands. To build preference and market leadership for our brand, you look at other companies that produce probably same product like Coca-Cola does. If you look at, say for instance, the Crown Beverages, Coca-Cola, Pepsi products, they are very competitive. So at the end of the day, the question comes in, which product is very marketable and which one is selling? So that for them, the preference matters. The consumption, what these people consume matters a lot. So at the end of the day, you find out what they are creating is what the public needs. You first look at the market, and then you bring out what the market needs. For instance, if we were to say, we look at this university, and then there are certain courses that are done here that are not done in other places. So at the end of the day, you look at what the market demand is all about. And then to maximize profits, to develop people optimum utilization of assets. I think because of time, I'll be able to stop here. Thank you so much for listening.
Good evening. Okay, the legal framework of Coca-Cola. There is Uganda Revenue Authority, Uganda National Bureau of Standards, Uganda Registration Service Bureau, Uganda Manufacturers Association. So Coca-Cola, it exists to fulfill the requirements of all those. Because like if they don't do anything according to what Uganda Revenue Authority and these others require, then they have to close down the company. The stakeholders, we have the suppliers, for example, graphic system, then the advertisers, though some of them are not there. The advertisers include AD Concepts, Mad Advertisements, then their glass suppliers, then the sellers. The sellers are official Coca-Cola distributors, the consumers, stroke the customers, then the board of directors, the government, and other suppliers. The members of the board of directors, we have the inside directors. These are the people who direct every activity within the company, like inside the company. Because the company has various departments, so those people are the ones who influence the activities in the company. Corporation secretary. Then the outside directors, these are the people who influence the activities outside the company. Maybe the activities done by the distributors and the people marketing Coca-Cola. Affiliated directors, retired executive directors, family directors. Next. How the board of directors are chosen. Nomination committees, elections or re-elections. Nomination committees.
So I'm going to continue from where she stopped. How the board of directors are chosen. We have two ways. There is nomination committee. So through nomination committees, anyone can be nominated Like they can choose this one should be the manager through how you work. Then we have elections or elections. This is through voting, and they see who can take up the next position. Next. Role of board of directors. We have monitoring developments inside and outside the corporation. These people monitor what's inside the company and what's outside the company, evaluate and influence management proposals, decisions, and actions. These ones influence on the decisions and the actions taken in the company. They initiate and determine corporation missions and strategies. These are the ones who determine the mission and the strategies, the visions or aims, direct the affairs of the corporation. These ones are in charge of like directing what's going to happen next in the company, what is to be done and all that. I don't know that one first.
Hello, good afternoon or good evening. The application of the corporate governance theories, we as a group we identified two superior theories. There was the stewardship theory and then the agency theory. For the stewardship theory, we found that there are very many staff members who work with Century Bottling Company, and then for the fact that for over even 30 years, some of them are retired, but they still keep within their premises, and then they find themselves attached. That's stewardship. Like, they identify with the values of the organization. And then the second theory was agents. We know the agents those are the top managers who are hired. Sometimes they are not willing to bear responsibility for their decisions. Now, for example, the CEO, Nunta Kent, is a CEO. At the same time, is a board member. At the same time, is a shareholder. Next. So we faced also a couple of challenges, like any other group. We experienced rude responses from the receptionist at the gate, at the main entrance. Then we had also time management. They had to keep us wait for so long, for over 2 hours. And then there was also lack of proper direction. They would tell us, go to this office, go to the other one. And then transport also was an issue because of the jam. Then the other one was the bad weather conditions. It was too much. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about the challenges faced by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola said that its greatest challenge is pleasing the customers. And they have heavy tax burden from the Uganda Revenue Authority. They gave us a scenario whereby the Speaker of Uganda was given medical equipment in America. And then they asked her which company can help her to transport them to Uganda, and it was Coca-Cola. So the Uganda Revenue Authority gave a tax to Coca-Cola to help the Speaker to bring the medical equipment to Uganda. But then they were taxed heavily, yet they were helping the Speaker. So it was a challenge to them to bring their raw materials, because they always export their raw materials from abroad. Then there is stiff competition from the Union oil beverage companies. For example, we have Crown Beverages for Pepsi, if you know it. We have Reham Cola, and the other companies that are coming up. How Coca-Cola overcomes these challenges? First of all, it carries out education and learning experience for students. So for example, us, few companies allow students to go to their places, but Coca-Cola is one of the corporations that allows the students to go there. Then advertisement strategies. Coca-Cola has one of the best advertisements, if you have to prove me right. Research and development. Coca-Cola carries out a number of research to come up with new products. For example, they have Minute Maid Katunda, which is on market currently 2,500. Sponsorship of events. For example, we have our colleague, Princess has set up an event, Anyonya something. So Coca-Cola is going to fund it, sponsor it. So few companies do that. We have environmental support. Coca-Cola as a company collects its plastic bottles. Actually, it buys its plastic bottles from people. We have the corporate social responsibility. Coca-Cola carries out charity. It provides wheelchairs to the disabled people. Then quality control measures. Coca-Cola employs a certain group of people come from America to come and prove its products. So hence, it has maintained its quality ever since. Then Bubu is build Uganda by Uganda, if I'm right. So Coca-Cola buys raw materials from the local farmers in Uganda, and hence it's building Uganda, it's providing market to the farmers in Uganda. Corporate social responsibility means the qualitative high empowerment of all area special interest groups role in particular company. Coca-Cola maintains intensive contact with their surroundings and have certain feedback. Assured long-term economic success with social responsibility. Employees are not indifferent as regards of the company's social responsibility. Recommendation. The recommendations that we have for Coca-Cola, it should increase its research and development of new and healthy beverages, satisfy a wide range of potential customers. For example, those people don't take sugar, so they came up with that Coca-Cola without sugar. Then career development initiative to students from secondary schools. Those kids are interested in working Coca-Cola should carry out such career development initiatives. Coca-Cola company should also encourage and take lead in tree planting activities to adapt to their environmental initiatives. That's the end of our presentation. Thank you.
All right. Which one is the last group? Is there another group?